Hi, my name is Norwich. I'm going to name on the Spurs video podcast. Going to tilt the camera a little bit. Obviously we haven't signed anyone to replace Sandro as of yet because AVB has decided to go to Russia. Apparently, he'll be earning the rubles there, and obviously he hasn't gone there for the money. He's gone there to play in a very tolerant, all-inclusive, multicultural environment, as with many players who go to Russia. And Ukraine, that's what they go for. We all know that there is no such problem of racism in places like Russia or Ukraine or Poland. Very, very tolerant places. This racism thing, it's all about Shahubi, obviously. Obviously, and as for Schalke, they're deciding to play. You know what? He may be getting the end of the season for free, but doesn't mean we're going to give him to you on the cheap. I don't blame him for that. Chances are, assuming that they don't qualify for the Champions League by winning it, which I very much doubt. And I think they're quite a few distance off the winning it in their own league, as in like getting to the Champions League spot. They may have to sell players. They have to play hardball, which makes sense. We have to play hardball. We want to be buying players. Hopefully, we'll be in the Champions League, and we want to try and sign players. We don't want to be giving Tottenham premium. I mean, look at Remy. I think we were quoted 18 million a couple of years ago. He gets QPR for 8 million. I know he's had injuries, lost form, but that's just bizarre. And Jan Villa was a player we've not been linked with. When we wanted him, 17 million. I'm like, I know he's a good player, but he's now gone down to 11 million or something euros or pounds. That's still not a huge amount. That's still a significant loss in value. But we move on. Me personally, one of the things I would hope we will get Holtby is that Holtby has a really good eye for that incisive pass. I think he will be able to play give and goes very, very well. As we saw that if you could push Bale into the middle, he's neutralised, and obviously he's double team and triple team him now. We found, as United found out to their consequence, you can do that, but with another player, Aaron Lennon, you can stop one, chances are he wants up the other. But hopefully, if we have Holtby, if we can develop that give and go system, where he's blocked, give and go, give and go, give and go, and we can drill that in training. That's something we can look forward to, because I don't think he's got a definite eye for a pass, and having someone who plays in the left foot wing, he knows the kind of pass a left footed player would want to get. So I am hoping. We'll see how that goes. Playing Leeds, it's going to be a difficult balancing act. We've got the Norwich game, coming up on Wednesday, and as we saw Arsenal, I was watching the game. Was it 1-1? Thinking, Hammer's actually doing something useful once, and then I go away from the screen, and it's 4-1 or something. I'm like, what the fuck? But that's West Ham for you, always fucking useless. But moving on, we have to do as well as we can, and picking up points against Norwich, is something that we need to do. Norwich, I'm not saying they're falling, but because they got a credible point against us, but they are starting to struggle a little bit. This is the time to play them, and this is the time to try and do well against them. So it's when you had to pick up points against, because Arsenal went there, didn't win. We have to go there and try and get a victory. And obviously we know how well played against them last season. But looking at the Leeds game, I think we'll have the squad rotate, and I really do think that if Clint Dempsey, we always hear that, I can play Clint Dempsey as a striker. Well, play him as a striker. I actually do think that we don't want to lose Jermaine Defoe unless it's for a Premier League game. So I'd play for me, keep the same back four. Play Benny, play Carl Norton on the right hand as right fullback. Just give Walker a rest and say, look, do you know what? If he has a good game, do you know what? Don't take a position for guaranteed. I think Corcoran and Dawson, centre backs. You pretty much think that they can keep the same centre back pairing. Chances are, if a Tongan doesn't get over his illness, we'll probably have to play them again anyway. On Wednesday. And centre backs, although they're involved in all the action, generally you need to build up a run of games with them, so they can develop a partnership and an understanding. I put Brad Friedland goal purely because I think he needs the games. He needs to be able to get some match sharpness, and I think I think he'll be very good. I mean, obviously, show that I think the experience he has because we're going to be playing a whole bunch of kids, I think. That's just my thing. And before we say, oh, Bradford, Aston Villa played a whole bunch of kids. Darren Bent, maybe not a kid, but he's not what I call a leader. And as soon as they went behind, they weren't able to really get, not behind, but as soon as Bradford City equalised, their hearts just went, like Kevin the teenager, because they just didn't have an answer. They didn't have the experience or someone at the back to say, look, this is what you need to do. Say you need to go through it. Dawson's loads of experience, Bradford's loads of experience. So I think we can get a play of playing some of our kids in a place where I think we're not the weakest, but I think for depth we are weak just because of injuries have robbed us, I think, of players. I personally would play probably our best attacking midfielders in Aaron Lennon. I think give him a chance to play against his old club. I think it'll be an interesting thing for him. It'll be a very emotional thing for him. This is where, he's from Leeds. So they basically made him part of him. It's not the case that they made him who he was, but Frank Arneson said, look, I spotted this guy. I spotted his talent. Brought him to Tottenham. And I think he's been at the club now 8 years. It's incredible to think of. He's basically been there from the Yol era, and if you think about it, very few players, I think, and I don't think you can really include Bale because Bale never really played that much under the Yol era. JD, well, I suppose JD, I guess, he did, kind of didn't, start kind of here and there, but it's very interesting that JD, Dawes, and Lennon are the only players that have really been there such a significant period of time, and obviously in Hudson as well. And you think, wow, was that 8 years ago? Because I just remember when Aaron Lennon first came on the scene, and it was just like, who is this kid? No one knew who he was. Came on for Wayne Routledge, and then suddenly Wayne Routledge, we spent all that problems with, Crystal Palace. He gets injured, Aaron Lennon comes in, and bam, and he's developed, I think, a more well-rounded game in terms of that he's tracking back. I mean, he's basically able to pin back. I mean, if you saw what he did against Evra, I mean, he sped all the way back and nicked the ball from him. That's tracking back, and it says something. If the winger is tracking back, that means everyone else also track back. That means winger is very fun to go on the game attacking wise. He's getting involved, not just attacking but defending, and I think, man, that was just awesome. So I definitely play him. I'd play Sigurdsson just behind Dempsey. Play him in the hole kind of thing, give him a bit of a chance, and I'll play Andros Townsend. I think I'd rest Gareth Bale and play a speedy winger. And on the bench, I've seen Alex Pritchard. I saw him play against Barcelona when we were getting beaten. Got beaten the crap out of. That's the home game. And funnily we went to them, beat them 4-1. But the game that I saw him, all the Barcelona players looked as if they were just that one touch ahead of us. When we needed 3 touches, they needed 2 or just the 1. That's just how good they were. I don't know what happened in the return leg, and I just thought Alex Pritchard was the only player that I saw that could kind of match them a little bit. So I definitely like to have him on the subs bench and someone to bring on to give him a first team chance. In the midfield, I'd probably go for Jake Livermore and or either Jake Livermore. I'd probably get Scotty Parker, I think. And Scott Parker and say Tom Carroll. People say, "Oh, you're Tom Carroll." I think we need someone who can pull the strings from midfield. He is a passer, and I think give him a chance to shine. If you don't think he's good enough, then don't play him. Just actively look for a loan deal for him. They've got him playing in the Youth Cup. He's only 20. I think he's 19 and 20. He's just turned 20, and he needs to play games. Both him and Andros Townsend. I think Andros Townsend is 21. Now, I met Andros, really lovely guy, and I think these are the games where you need to be making an impact. And I think, let's face it, Sigurdsson, Premier League player. It's hardly a weekend player. Dempsey, loads of Premier League experience. Aaron Lennon. Maybe you can. Will I play Jay Livermore? Maybe. I'm not too sure because obviously MV are going to Stade Rennes to Ruben Kazan. That maybe opens the door for him to go to QPR. But if QPR, say in the FA Cup, will they want a cup-side player? I think it'll be interesting. I'm not sure if QPR actually play before us. We play on the Sunday, so if QPR say get knocked out on the Saturday, which I'm not hoping for, but if they do, then I'm going to think we're going to play him and just loan him out anyway, and play him and Townsend. And then I think hopefully we can go for a 3-1 win to us. I think Leeds are a good side. They're going to have the home team advantage, but it's because I think it's a good day for us. Sunday. It's not an evening game. We can get a few, get a sizable support up there, and no, I think we can get 3-1. I don't, and maybe 2-1. I think Leeds will get a goal. I think we'll win. I think we'll get a couple of goals, maybe 3. But I wouldn't rule out Leeds getting a consolation goal. And that's just the way I see it. In terms of transfer news and stuff like that, I was joking with my mate Dom. I said, you know what? I can't believe it's gone to tradition. He signed Holtby. He actually sorted out our business early, and this goes into tradition. But Danny boy, I've got to say it, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. No, he doesn't let us down. We try being him early. That'll go down to the wire. So it's always a laugh with Daniel Levy. I must admit, it's always interesting. Give some shouts out. So give a shout out to a guy that's actually not on Spurs Forum. He's actually on Spurs Odyssey. Yep, I gave them a shout out. Al Purser, he's donated to a charity run I'm doing. A couple other guys, Andy and Craigie Boy, have also offered, and that's really kind as well. I'm doing the Royal Parks half marathon to raise money for Mind, the mental health charity, and so yeah, I'll be grateful. I'm gonna tweet it on, and I'll be also on my YouTube's. There'll be a link for that as well, where you can get my Virgin Money giving page. Appreciate all the support. Even just saying, hope your training's going well. Any support you can give me, that'd be great. Even if it's just support, encouragement and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's there's obviously got the Norwich game. Obviously, hope there's no injuries. Me personally, it's a tough one. I can't really look past us not playing the same team that played Man United. I think generally with Benny at right back, Hugo in goal, and probably a player called Kyle at right back. But which Kyle, we don't know. Who knows? We might even do a deal. Obviously, today's the 24th, so we've got another week to go, and I'm sure come Friday evening. And funny, I can't remember. Was the last transfer deadline day? Was that also on a Friday? But I'm sure at 1 o'clock in the morning they'll be playing F5 or something, trying to work out what on earth's going on. I don't see Damiao coming. Obviously, Llorente's gone to Juventus. Who knows? Maybe Damiao will come. You never know. And I mean, I remember talking years ago. I remember talking about how good it would be to sign Van der Vaart, because I thought of all the players we could sign, I thought he would be a player that's a possibility for us. But and luckily we were able to get him. And I think it's a player we should go. And we got him, and it was just total ball out of the blue. And for me, obviously Klinsmann was one of the biggest transfer signings that I can remember, but this one came pretty close. As for Celtic's Hooper, I don't want to piss off any Scottish people. No, I don't really care if he sings. No. The SPL is not a strong league, okay? And so if you say, well, because I heard guys in Hotspur podcast saying, if he was some guy from the Dutch league, I'm like, we give him a rate. Of course you would. The Dutch league is a stronger league than the Scottish league, At the end of the day, if you're Dutch champions, I think you automatically get into the groups, automatically qualify for the group stages. I think, I'm not too sure, but the Scottish league, they have to go through all kinds of hoops and whistles just to get in there, and that's the difference. It's not just me; it's UEFA, who we know are very, very impartial. And look, ever since Rangers left the Scottish Premier League, it's kind of like watching Bruce Lee fight someone. You know who's going to win this. Celtic, I'm not saying they haven't lost a game. I'm sure they may have lost a game. But if they had an invincible season, would you be as impressed as, say, the Arsenal invincible season? Of course you would. You think, wait a minute, who the hell are they playing in their league? No one. So that's the reason why I don't give it as much respect. I'm sure he's a good player, but I think they want 10 million. I'm like, you kidding me? No way. Fuck off, 10 million. For that amount of money, links to that Korean guy. I don't know what his name is. Hong Son. And you know what? If he looks pretty good for Hamburg. He can play anywhere across the front three. He's 2-footed. He's quick. He's pacey. Is he going to be strong enough? He's 6 foot, so who knows? And I think he's 22. So we get him in the gym, get him on the old kettlebells, TRX and everything. Get him strengthen him up a little bit, and who knows? He could be strong enough, and he could be. I don't know. I don't say Ji-Sung Park, but he was very good for Man United. He could be, if he's a good servant to us, and plus all those T-shirts and shirts last career. Not that Dan Levy's thinking about that, but merchandising has dropped by 4.3%. It's interesting that they released that tidbit that we haven't made as much money as we're trying to buy players. It's like, yeah, you think we've got loads of money? Actually, we don't. Yeah, that's right, we believe you, Dan. But I love how we're pleading poverty or something. I don't know, it's just very, very strange. But if you can get something for cheaper, you know, every penny saved goes into that new stadium, I guess. Anyway, shouts out to Alberta and to Craigie Boy and Andy, who've actually said they'd give me a shout out, sponsor my run, and to Sam Rex. I listened to her band, great band called The Attic Ends. She said that she'd share her. She's actually in New York City. She's a New York singer-songwriter, but she said she'd post up, share the link on her Facebook page. So thanks to you, Sam. And I really appreciate it. So as always, come on, you Spurs.